Hi guys, it is April from Getting Hogan With It. Today I'm here to talk to you about the books I want to read for Thrillerathon. So Thrillerathon happens twice a year, which I so appreciate. It happens in February and now it's happening again in August, and it is hosted by Harriet Rosie, the lovely, wonderful, brilliant Harriet Rosie. I watch all of her videos. She's like a must-watch for me. I have to. So Thrillerathon is happening between August 20th and the 26th. So basically, it's an excuse to read scary-ish books, not overly scary. You can decide the scary factor with thrillers very easily. So yeah, it's an excuse to read really fast-paced books. I'm so glad that she's doing another one in the summer because I love reading thrillers in the summer. So I want to go through my TBR. She has some challenges that I think I've been able to meet with my TBR. So let's start. Challenge number 1 is read a thriller you're most anticipating. And now sadly, I wish I had a copy of the book here to show you. It is on its way from England right now. I'm desperately hoping that it arrives before Thrillerathon is meant to start because I want to read it so badly. It's Dead Girls by, I think it's Abigail Tartland, I think that's her name. Now, I heard about this book from Leanne at Literary Diversions, who is another booktuber that I like. I must watch her video as soon as it comes up in my feed. I'm like, everything stops. Am I eating a sandwich? Stop the sandwich. It doesn't matter what's happening. I have to watch her videos, and I trust her so much. So this is about a girl who I believe her best friend is murdered. This kind of takes the thriller theme of like a girl is victimized and flips it on its head because our main character is not having it that her best friend has been murdered. She is out for revenge, and it's a revenge thriller, and it just sounds so fantastic. I'm beyond excited that it's on the way in the mail. I don't know when I'm gonna get it because it's coming from the UK, so I'm assuming not overly quickly, but fingers crossed I will be able to read that because I have to. I have to read it. So that is a book that I really want to read for Thrillerathon. Okay, challenge number 2. Read a thriller that's been on your TBR the longest. Now, I have so many books on my shelves, but one of the ARCs that I've received from a publisher has been sitting on my shelves for what feels like a very long time. Now, it just came out in July 17th, it came out. But it is In the Vines by Shannon Kirk. I'm going to be buddy reading this with Harriet Rosie. I've actually got 2 books here that I'm buddy reading with Harriet Rosie because we just wanted to read all of them together. Now this is it's got a bit of a gothic vibe, and I'm very eager to read a thriller with that kind of vibe. It takes place on a seaside estate. We follow a woman named Mop who goes back to, I think it's like a summer home that she always went to with her mother, who has recently died very suddenly. So she's going to this like seaside estate to be with her aunt. I think her aunt's name is Auntie Liv. Yeah. And there are family history and secrets that are going to be revealed, and it sounds like Auntie Liv is a very twisted person, very, very twisted, and I want to know what in the world happens. I really do. I'm so excited that we're going to be reading this together, so that's going down for sure. Okay, so challenge number 3 is read the thriller you most recently added to your TBR So you can't get more recent than I went shopping yesterday. I went to Value Village and I found Alex by Pierre Lemaitre. So Pierre Lemaitre just, he wrote Blood Wedding, which I adored. I read that recently. Fell madly in love with his writing, and his storylines are just twisted. He is from France, and so this book is translated by Frank Wynne. If I'm not mistaken, that's also who translated Blood Wedding. So this is a very disturbing book about a girl named Alex. She is kidnapped, suspended from the ceiling of an abandoned warehouse in a tiny cage, and she has basically no time left. The man who abducted her is just watching her. He's watching her, and she's wondering what is going to kill her first. Is it going to be hunger? Is it going to be thirst? Is it going to be the creatures surrounding her? I'm so excited for this. It sounds really twisted. And he goes to some very dark places, and I'm okay with that. So we follow a detective. Oh my God, I'm reading a detective story that I think I'm going to get on board with it. It's like Karen Slaughter's ones. I think I'm going to get on board with those. I need to just find amazing authors and read their detective stories. So we follow a detective who is trying to find her, essentially. He's trying to find her. Now, this is a trilogy. I believe there's a book that's a prequel to this called Irene, and then another book after this called Camille. So I thought I was supposed to start with Irene. However, this is published first, and then you go back, and then you go forward. So I think it's okay that I'm going to start in the middle because that's how it was published, and so I believe that's how he wanted us to read it. So I'm going to read this because it sounds so twisted, so wonderfully twisted. I'm so excited. Okay. So the next two challenges, I've got one book that applies to both. So challenge number 4, read the thriller with the best cover. Challenge number 5, revisit a thriller book or author. And so for this, I am going to read Karen Slaughter's Pieces of Her. I love Karen Slaughter. I just do. She wrote Pretty Girl. She wrote The Good Daughter. I think she is wonderful. She writes chunky, very chunky thrillers. So this one is, 450 pages. This is coming out on August 18th. I think by the time this is going up, it will already be out. So hooray, you can go and read this for Thrillerathon yourself if you feel like it. And I personally think that this cover is beautiful, even though it's a creepy eye. Creepy eyes are not beautiful, but the spine, it's like rose gold wonderfulness. I think it's really pretty, so I don't know what that says about me, but that's fine. This is about a mother and daughter relationship. Karen Slaughter is brilliant at writing familial relationships. She's just fantastic at it. And in this story, we're following a mother and daughter. They're at a mall. Something dramatic, horrific happens at this mall. And the mother acts really out of character. And the daughter finds out that her mom had a past that she had no idea about. And I think it's a bit of a twisted or upsetting past, and I really want to know so badly. I'm so happy. So I'm reading this with Harriet Rosie as well because, well, we just want to read all the books together. So yeah, those are the books that I'm hoping to read for Thrillerathon. Let me know in the comments below, are you taking part in a Thrillerathon? If you like thrillers, I highly recommend that you do because it's just so much fun to know that there are a bunch of people around the world reading with you, and it's just I think one of my very, very favorite events that BookTube offers. So yeah, and if you are joining, let me know in the comments below what you're reading. I will talk with you later. Bye guys.